That's awesome. All right, well, guys, we're going to get started because I want to stick to our time since we have our Tupper Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and this is supposed to be a half-hour session. So thank you for being on mute to keep out the background noise. This is a training that actually is new consultant orientation, which means we're just going to kind of orient you to some of the different areas that you can go as a new consultant to find resources and things that are going to help you in your business. And whether you've been in the business before or not, it's going to help you. I will share with you real quick. So my name is Gina Flower, and I actually started my Tupperware business almost 24 years ago, the first time. And I started so I have 3 children and my youngest was 1 at the time. And the whole reason I got into the business when I did was because I had this incredible desire to be a stay-at-home mom. And I was blessed enough to have family watching my children when I went off to work full time, but it just really bothered me that I wasn't home raising my kids. And so my husband said to me, you know, if you can find a way to make up that income, have at it. So I really started to research, you know, stay-at-home jobs, work-from-home jobs. And direct selling was one that I knew I would have a lot of flexibility in. And so I started to research different direct selling companies. And I landed on Tupperware for a couple different reasons, but the biggest reason was I grew up with it. My mother had a Tupperware wedding shower, and so we grew up with Tupperware all throughout the house. And at that time, she got things for the bathroom and things for the bedroom, a clothes hamper and a wastebasket and all this matching stuff for her host gift, plus all the other gifts. And so, you know, we grew up with the bell tumblers and the luncheon plates and the pitchers and the Wonderlear bowl sets and all of that. And so seeing all of that, I knew that it was a company that had been around a long time, that had name brand recognition. And to me, that was really important. And then I also looked at their compensation program. And back then, 24 years ago, the compensation program was head and shoulders above the rest. I believe today it's even more so. And so if you just got into the business and you're kind of feeling your way around things, you may or may not have earned a commission in the company yet, but let me tell you, there is a lot of money to be had. And you're a part of Champion Enterprises, so you're seeing some success. If you're on our Tupper Tuesdays, you're seeing success already just in some of the people that are in our company. You've actually joined probably the best company out there in my estimation, but Champion Enterprises is the company. I want to give you just a kind of a layout of how it works. So Tupperware, we're part of Tupperware North America, which covers the United States and Canada. So our Tupperware business is then divided into regions. And I don't know how many regions there are right now, but we're in the Rocket region, R-O-C-K-I-T, Rocket region. And Chris Stuchlak is the vice president. I don't even know what his title is, vice president sales for our region. So he's the person that you'll see if you go to the Rocket region page and you see the challenges and you see the recognition and you see the different things that are happening, events that are happening in the Rocket region, that's us. And Chris Stuchlak is our awesome leader there. And then when you drill down from within that region, there are a bunch of a number of business leaders. And back in the day, if anyone's been in Tupperware a long time, they were called distributors and they had other names, but now they're called business leaders. And our business leaders are Pam and Jim Clift. They've been in Tupperware 36 years, I believe. And our company name is Champion Enterprises. Then you have, you came in as a consultant, right? And then you have the opportunity as a consultant to promote to a manager and a star manager, executive manager, a DIQ, a director. And so under Pam, there are organization leaders and directors and managers and consultants. So that's kind of what it looks like. Here's the difference in our company compared to a lot of other companies is that our company and Tupperware in general is a very sharing organization. It's not cutthroat, it's not competitive. It's an organization that has so much to give, so much to offer in the way of training and resources to help you succeed. And that's, I think, what sets them, like I said, head and shoulders above some of those other companies that I researched even 24 years ago. Their compensation program is amazing. You not only make 25% commission of everything you sell, but you have the ability to make more than that if you want more. But in addition to that, I'm going to show you something exciting tonight for new consultants. There's a program that you're automatically enrolled in. You may not even know about it, but it's a program that you're enrolled in, and your sales are actually going to earn you gifts from Tupperware. So not only are we making our commission, but we have the opportunity to earn gifts and awards and trips and cars. I'm driving a company car in Tupperware. And many of the directors and above in our company are driving Tupperware vehicles. And the beautiful thing about our car program is maybe you have a car, it's paid off, you love it, you don't need another car, but you get to that level. What you can do is take the cash. There's a cash option. So for years, I took the cash option. And for many years prior to the cash option, I was taking the new car. And every 2 years, they replace it with a new car, a new vehicle. So let's get started with the very first thing. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see. I'm going to log into Tupperware and just show you around a little bit, okay? And this is important for you because I want you to be able to see the different places that you can go in on the Tupperware website and where some of this is available to you. You go to mytupperware.com and you're going to log in. So there's lots of different resources available, but MyTupperware is the first place I'm going to show you because when you join Tupperware, you have access to a website, and in your first 90 days, that website is free. So you absolutely want to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And so that's what you would do is log in, and this takes you to our Tupperware website, which a lot of us will call our back office. So this is where there's tons and tons of resources available to you. So you'll see here my profile, community, my sales, tools, training, reports, party, and Tup Social. I'm going to touch on some of these tonight. Again, we're only meeting for 20 to 30 minutes, so I cannot get into all of this in detail. This is just to show you where these things are. I often tell my new consultants when they join my team, I'm going to show you where everything is so that if I fall off the face of the earth tomorrow, you can still have a really successful business and find all the answers that you need. And it's true because there is so much available to you. So right here, we're going to go first and foremost to Salesforce website. And that's going to open up a whole plethora of information and things available to you as a consultant in Tupperware. I always share with everyone that it's important. This last 14 days is anything that's happening in Tupperware in the last 14 days that you want to be aware of. So regardless of how much you log on and look at all of this other stuff, you always want to check out the last 14 days. And I'm going to tell you, I am on this Tupperware website every day. I go on to check my team. I go on to check this last 14 days. If I need to pull some pictures, some memes for my Facebook party, what have you, I'm on here all the time. So we'll get back to this because this is really, really important for you. But because you are a new consultant, I want to draw your attention to this one right here that says new consultant. And you see if you hover over it, it says explore. I actually have to click on explore to open all the materials. And it says right here, 9 resources. So I know that there's 9 things that are in here that are going to open for me. And so here we are. These are all things that are available to me as a new consultant that Tupperware feels is important for me to know, okay? And again, I can't go through all of them, but I do want to bring your attention to a couple that I feel are really, really valuable to dig into right away. And the first one is the new consultant getting started guide. And the reason that I'm going to bring this up to you, because if you got the virtual kit, you did not get any paperwork. If you bought one of our business kits, then you may have gotten paperwork, but this is not something that you have hard copy of anymore without coming here and clicking on it to open it and to read it. And it's important because it has some really good information about how to get started in your Tupperware business. And so I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know why it's not lining up very well. Let's see if I can move this. You guys can see that, right? Okay. So it's the get started with real party people. So in this handbook is some information on how to get your business started, getting it off to a good start. Some of you may have done a lot of this already, or maybe you haven't done any of it yet. Either way, it's good for you to have this resource. Okay, so your first 30 days, let's just look at that. So it's telling you some of the things that you want to do. Maybe, you know, thinking about where you want to be, how much money you want to make. There's a real value in writing this down and also sharing this with your recruiter, your upline, which we call your success line. And here's your one-to-one success formula. They talk about having 1 party per week. So right now with COVID, it's really unlikely, highly unlikely that you're going to be doing a whole lot, if any, of face-to-face parties. Most people don't want to do the face-to-face parties right now. And so the majority of our business, and for some people, all of their business is virtual, and it's Zoom parties and Facebook parties and all of that. So this will just gives you some ideas on what you should be doing in your first 30 days. And you kind of want to look at this as it pertains to virtual, mostly virtual business, okay? And so here it says create your frank list. So your frank list is a list that you make. So when someone gets into the business and they say, I really want to make some money, I really want to make this work, one of the first things we talk about is, did you make a list of contacts? Because you automatically think about your family, right? You automatically think about your siblings and your cousins or whatever. But when you make a frank list, the F stands for friends and relatives. I don't know. Oh, here it is. So the F stands for friends, the R stands for relatives, the A stands for acquaintances, neighbors, and kids, friends, parents. And if you don't have kids, then, you know, if you have nieces or nephews and they have friends, you know, their parents in there. And so you make this list. When you start to make this list, typically what happens is you find that you have a lot more contacts than you actually thought you had. Because when we think about people we know, we think about our inner circle. Well, there's a lot of these people on this list that are going to be in your middle or outer circle. And those are actually the ones you want to start with. I always share with my team that, you know, it's always great to have that ace up your sleeve when you're really desperate for a party. So the person you know absolutely will do a party for you. If you make this list and work on this first, keep that person off to the side first and see how you do with this list. If you don't get any parties off the list, then you go to that person that you know is your ace up the sleeve. That's just my suggestion, because I feel like sometimes people get into the business and they right away go to all their relatives, and then when they're out of that, they're out of parties and they're not sure what to do. This goes over preparing for the party, doing host coaching, and then here it talks about the money, the bonuses that you can make. There's a personal sales volume bonus that starts at $1,500 in sales. And remember, I said there's cars, there's trips, there's gifts, there's also additional cash. So when you set your sights at, I want to have at least $1,500 in sales this month, you know you're getting another $50 bonus. And when you hit 4,000 in sales, then your bonus goes up to 10% and you're at a $400 bonus. That's over and above, on top of your 25% commission. So there is an opportunity to make a lot more in Tupperware than just your 25% commission. So I would suggest looking at this guide, looking at the Getting Started guide, because there's a lot in there. I also want to remind you that if you're kind of clicking through all this stuff and you get somewhere and you're like, okay, I don't know how I got here and I need to go back to where I started. Right here gives you the trail of where you are. So I just clicked on New Consultant Starting Guide. That was in the New Consultant link. Remember, there were resources and there were a whole bunch, and I went to New Consultant and there were 9 boxes there. So I'm going to go back to that because that's what I want to show you. So this New Consultants Getting Started Guide was just one area, but this is something I'm super excited about, and it's called our Confidence Start program. And for every single new consultant who starts in the business, they are automatically enrolled in a 13-week program that's called Confidence Start. And so the way that this works is for the first 13 weeks that you're in the business, when you reach your first $500 in sales, you get a gift. And then when you reach your next $500 in sales, so you have a total of $1,000 and you do that within 60 days, guess what? Tupperware pays you a $60 credit. Do $1,000 within your first 60 days to get that. Then your next $500 gets you to the $1,500 level, and look what you get there. The whole entire Vet and Serve 7-piece $129 set. And then if you do $2,500, now you have our great master or the mandolin. And so you can take either one of these at the $2,500 level. And then when you get the $4,000 level, so you can see the goal is to get to $7,500 in sales in your first 13 weeks in the business. And when you do that, you can either pick a brand new iPad or the entire Chef Series cookware set. And this is amazing, guys, because we have people that have come into Champion and who have done their $7,500 in sales in just a matter of a month or two. So it definitely is possible to do that. They're doing it in less than 13 weeks. And here's a really cool thing. I'm going to get out of this and show you. You actually can track this. So if you want to know where you are, so here we are back. I'm going to go back to our home button for a second. So we're back at the home button. And again, just to remind you, you can either go into Salesforce website and click on all those, but here's the last 14 days is always right here. So you can always go to that and see the most recent news that has happened in Tupperware in the last 2 weeks here, okay? So it's actually in 2 locations. But let's go to My Sales for a second because I want to show you. If you go to My Sales and click on Personal Summary, it takes you to a page that says right here, track your challenge progress. And in your first 13 weeks, you can see where you're at for your Confidence Start program. And another thing that's really important, if you guys, I'm sure you've probably heard Pam talk about this if you've been on our Tupper Tuesdays, but she does a drawing for people who have their parties updated. So when you go to your personal summary, this is where you can update how many parties you have coming up. And then you just go ahead and put that number in there and click update. and it updates the number. And why this is important is for two reasons. Number one, it's really important so that Pam and your director can see where our Salesforce is in terms of parties coming up. We have a better projection of what the month is going to look like, and who's on pace to earn the goals that they're reach the goals they're trying to reach. But it's also Tupperware needs that. When they see these numbers going up and they see that there are more parties scheduled than maybe perhaps they actually were thinking of, they can look out 5 to 6 weeks and say, okay, we need to make sure we have enough inventory for the sales that are happening here in October, which by the way happens to be record breaker month. And so that's the reason you want to make sure that you're updating this information, not only for Tupperware, but also for Pam and your director. And also because then you're in the drawings on Tuesday night. So who doesn't want to win something free, right? So you can click on this track your challenge progress, and you can see if you have any challenges that you're in, it'll show you what it is and how much you need. And because I'm a director, I can do that for my team. But you can go in and see where you're at for your Confident Start program. And since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and show you also, I think probably most of you know this, but where you're actually going to enter your parties. And that's right here. So I clicked on party history, and it takes you to where your parties are. And you can either do a party, which is anything that you know is going to be at least $200 in sales, so you want the host to get a gift. A non-party is anything you know. A non-party would be like if you had a customer that called you and said, I need to place this order, and it's a $60 order, and you know that's all it's going to be. You could place it as a non-party by itself. It'll ship faster instead of connecting it to a party. A fundraiser is exactly that. It's our exclusive fundraiser line. And then sales aids order. Guys, this is really important. When you want to order keychains, catalogs, sales brochures, anything that is considered a sales aid, which by the way, you don't get sales credit for that. But if you click on sales aid order, that'll actually create an order all by itself just for sales aids, and it ships faster. So when you just need a set of catalogs, just order that separately. One of the things as a consultant that you can do is order samples. And I just want to show you that also real quick. I know I'm not supposed to get into all this training. Actually, what I should do is ask you guys. So of everybody on this, let me just, for a second. Okay, so everyone that's on here, is there anyone who needs to know how to place a sample order? Can you just unmute for a second and let me know if that's something you need? Okay, so everybody, so I'm not going to go through that because you know that. So your samples, you get 35% off all the time. And those samples are once a month. You can place that order. The cool thing about samples, guys, is even though, let's say it's a $100 item, Tupperware is only charging you $65 for it, but you're getting sales credit for $100. So that helps to build your sales towards your Confident Start program. So your sales to other people, to customers, the things you purchase for yourself and the samples that you purchase all count towards your Confident Start program, okay? Okay, so I want to go back quickly. Can you guys see the my.Tupperware website again where it says click here? Are you seeing where I'm at, the my.Tupperware.com website?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, so if we go back to Salesforce website real quick, and we will scroll down to Facebook party. Okay, social media and virtual party information. You want to check that out. I thought there was a Facebook party. Oh, it's in here. So back to new consultants. And then in here is Facebook parties, how to. I would suggest you get in here and take a look at all the information that they have, how to do host coaching, guest coaching, some memes that are available to you. This is great to help you get started with your Facebook parties, okay? And this Facebook party how-to is a good PDF to read through. Now, if you're doing Facebook parties or you're doing Zoom parties and you're promoting them on Facebook, then there's also something extremely exciting and valuable to you, and that is Tup Social. So I'm going to click up here to Tup Social, and this is, guys, a resource available to you that you absolutely should take the time to learn. Take the time to learn about it and then start using it. What this is Tupperware's resource to us through a third-party company, giving us access to actually create posts that we can put on our Facebook business page, personal page, in our groups, in our events. So instead of taking a picture and trying to either just take a standard picture and use it, you can take pictures that Tup Social has created for us in all of these categories, and you can upload these. You can download them to your device, or you can upload them right into your party, into your group, into your event, and they're all different categories. So for instance, let's look at what's going on right now with the sale brochure and offers. And so it breaks it down into time frame. So the current brochure right now that ends tomorrow. So just FYI, if you got orders out there, you need to make sure those orders are in before midnight tomorrow. That's when that brochure ends. But here are all these memes that Tupperware allows us to use, so we don't have to try to create them on our own. And they have images, and they also have videos. And there's a lot of research done that says that a video, so let me click on this one, and it opens it up for me. I can't see what I'm doing because I have you guys in the, I have your pictures all, let's move you over here. Okay. And so here's the video. If I click on it, it's just 16 seconds, but it's moving. It's an image that's moving. And there's research done that says more people look at, click on, and pay attention to posts that have video. So you want to use video as much as you can, okay? And so you can take that video, you can download it right to your computer, you can post it immediately to your Facebook page or to your group, or you can copy this and just do copy and paste. So this is a resource that is, I mean, I believe it's invaluable to us. Let's go back to current offers and see what that has. Okay, so that's the citrus peeler that we have going right now. And then mid-September brochure coming. So we want to hop on this and start getting this out there. But here's the thing, guys, you don't have to just take what they have and use it. You can take what they have and customize it to maybe add your logo, add your phone number to it, you know, make it just a little bit different so it's not exactly the same as everyone else is out there. And the cool thing is, before you post it, so I'll click on this one, I can ask them to text it to me, and they'll text it to my phone, because a lot of people do their Facebook parties and their social media all from their phone. So if you do a lot from your phone, have them text it to you, and then you have that on your phone. Again, you can download it. You can create a show, which I can't get into because that takes too long to show you, or you can go ahead and post it. And then when you post it, the other cool thing is, I'm going to show you when I post it, I can pick where I want to post it to, okay? And I can write something here, but if I don't know what to write, I can click on their tips, and they tell me, I can add this information right here. I can copy and paste this right here. And then I can ask them to add my website, and it does that. And then I can go ahead and post this right now, or I can schedule a post for later. So guys, I don't expect you right now. Here, let me do this since I'm already here. I'm gonna go ahead and post it. So it posts and then it tells me that it posted, okay? There's a lot here. There's a lot of information here. I really highly suggest you take a look at it because there's a training module that you can click on that steps you through how to use this, how to use it effectively, different places to use it, training on Facebook, training on the difference between events and groups, training on how to use Messenger, going live, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. Guys, there is so much information here for you and it's free. And these videos are not long. They're brief enough that you can breeze through a few of them at a time in one sitting. So that's your Tup Social. I highly, highly suggest you take a look at that. It's free with your paid website, but your paid website is actually free for 90 days. So ultimately it's free for you. Okay, I took you through my sales, Tup Social training. Okay, so let's now go to the Champion website, which is TW Champs. Can you guys still see my screen? twchamps.com. And this is Champion's website. So not Champion's Facebook page. Champion has a Facebook page. I'm going to take you there next. But this is Champion's website. There is so much here for you. There's so much content. You can go here for new consultants, start there and start looking at the training that is there. You can go here for training, and then you can go here for recipes. And I just have to show you the recipe tab because every single recipe that we've ever had at the studio or through Champion on any of our pages is here. And some of it is through, some of it is categorized by product that it uses, and some of it is categorized, like if you do recipe by product, then it opens up a whole other page. So maybe someone says, you know, I have the mandolin. What can I use the mandolin for? What are some of the things? Or the Micro Pro Grill. I have that. I want to make the most out of this. What are some recipes for that? Click on that. It's going to open up a whole bunch of recipes just for the Micro Pro Grill. And just so you can see what some of these look like, it opens up. So you can actually send these to your customers. If someone buys the grill from you, you can actually go ahead and send some of these recipes to them. And how great is that as far as customer service goes, right, with your customers? And that's taken a while to open. So I'm going to X out of this because I just saw that we're already over. Okay, so that's twchamps.com. Tons and tons and tons of stuff here for you. And then also I want to take you to Facebook and the Champion website. Can you guys still see this? Okay. So the Champion Facebook group, you're probably, the Champion team, you're probably already a member. I sure hope that you are. If you're not, you need to ask your recruiter to go ahead and invite you to the Champion team page. And one of the things I want to show you guys, because we are doing so much every day online, there's a possibility that you could miss a lot of the posts. So you come over here to notifications. Can you guys see where this is right here? If you click on notifications, make sure that you have all posts if you want to make sure you don't miss anything. Now that means you're going to get a lot of notifications throughout the day, but if this is your main source to keep up on happening between this and the Tupperware website, you may want to change this to all to make sure that you're not missing anything. But here's the key. Right over here to the left, right over here to the left where it says units, if you click on units, all of the Facebook units, all of the training for champion page is here in these units. And there's 11 or 15 or a huge number of units now that have all kinds of posts within. So welcome to champion, new consultant orientation. Oh, you could have just watched that instead of me. How-to videos. And I mean, look at guys, there is so much here. The Facebook parties, you can go through this. There's great training, tons of posts. Look at this. I mean, unbelievable. More recipes again, business tips, you know, time management, how to do different games, how to do an online bingo. Guys, so much. So if I were to go through and train you and show you where everything is, it would be a 3-hour session. And we did that. We actually had a 3-hour orientation. And man, I'll tell you, it's a lot of stuff. So you can hop on here and take a look at all of this. So that's the champion team page. We also have the Rocket region. So if you search Rocket region, you can join that. And you can also, the Tupperware, I will tell you one of the other groups that is, I feel like, important to be a part of. And it's not on here, but we do have the Tupperware US and Canada Salesforce page. But then there's this one that I feel, guys, is really important. And it's the Champion Team Copy and Paste group. And this group is a group that you want to participate in. Why is it not opening? Boy, it's slow. This is actually one director per week or every other week actually goes through and does her entire Facebook party in this group. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it looks like Jennifer Jory is the one who's doing it this week. You go all the way down to the bottom. All of the posts are her posts that she would put in her party. Okay, so this could be at the beginning of the party, she says. And then, you know, then the next post. And sometimes she'll have what she posts, and every director does this. They'll have, you know, the verbiage that they use, but then they also have training verbiage here as well. Usually, you know, they'll say, and this is how I do it, or this is why I do it. So if you're ever doing copy and paste, make sure you're not copying the notes too, because that would be embarrassing to post training notes into your party. But this is great. And guys, if I really like one of her pictures and I want to take that picture, all I have to do is click on it and it opens in my computer, and then I can just go down, and I can't do it here because this is blocking. But down here it says options, and I just download it right to my computer. Right here where it says options, and then I can download it. Now I have that picture, so I can use that at my party. So a little tip, if you're in this champion copy and paste group and you see they're playing games, that's part of the training. You don't need to respond because it's not really a game for us. This is training for us. And if you have questions about something, you need to go back up to the top where the question section is. And ask your questions. I don't know where it went. There's a post with a bunch of hands, and that's where you're supposed to put your questions. Okay, so that's the champion team copy and paste group. You want to make sure you belong to that. And then the last group that I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to let you go, is it's MyTupperware catalogs, brochures, and flyers. It's a private group run by a director in Tupperware, and this is a great place to pull pictures, memes, information, flyers, all things current in Tupperware. This specific post actually has links to videos for different recipes and products. I mean, there's so much, guys, so much here. So that one is called My Tupperware Catalogs, Brochures, and Flyers USA. So you now have information how to get to the champion team page, how to look at the units for training, how to go to the TW Champs website and get training there, how to get training at the Tupperware website, and if nothing else, look at that last 14 days and start looking at Tup Social, because that is a huge, huge benefit to you, okay? Now at 8 o'clock, as you know, 8 o'clock is our Tupper Tuesdays. That's every Tuesday is Tupper Tuesday. And then Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, we do champion team cooking. And one team, one director team gets together and does a very laid back cooking. They kind of bounce back and forth sometimes from one person to another to do some cooking. And that's a guest event. So you want to invite people that you think maybe have some interest in getting into Tupperware too. They're kind of like not sure, or they want to hear more. The reason why you want to invite them on Wednesdays is because Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, they'll see a couple things being made very quickly. It's just a half an hour. And they'll also hear from Pam Clift on the opportunity in Tupperware. So it's a great, great place, excuse me, to invite guests. And there's always a drawing for $30 in free Tupperware. So every guest is in that drawing. So that's on Wednesday nights. Okay, I think that's it, guys. And I don't really have time to go over Q&A. But if you have questions, I would suggest you ask your director or your recruiter. Everybody is here as a team. We're always helping each other. We want to see you succeed. I'm excited that you were on tonight, and appreciate you and wish you all the best in your new business. And hope to see you in a few minutes on Tupper Tuesday. Okay?